In Job chapter 4 in the King James Version. Then Eliphaz the Temanite answered and said, If we essay to commune with thee, wilt thou be grieved? But who can withhold himself from speaking? Behold, thou hast instructed many, and thou hast strengthened the weak hands. Thy words have upholden him that was falling, and thou hast strengthened the feeble knees. But now it is come upon thee, and thou faintest. It toucheth thee, and thou art troubled. Is not this thy fear, thy confidence, thy hope in the uprightness of thy ways? Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished, being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off? Even as I have seen, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same. By the blast of God they perish, and by the breath of his nostrils are they consumed. The roaring of the lion and the voice of the fierce lion and the teeth of the young lions are broken. The old lion perisheth for lack of prey, and the stout lion's whelps are scattered abroad. Now a thing was secretly brought to me, and mine ear received a little thereof. And thoughts from the visions of the night, when deep sleep falleth on men. Fear came upon me, and trembling, which made all my bones to shake. Then a spirit passed before my face. The hair of my flesh stood up. It stood still, but I could not discern the form thereof. An image was before mine eyes. There was silence, and I heard a voice saying, Shall mortal man be more just than God? Shall a man be more pure than his Maker? Behold, he put no trust in his servants, and his angels he charged with folly. How much less in them that dwell in houses of clay, whose foundation is in the dust, which are crushed before the moth? They are destroyed from morning to evening. They perish forever without any regarding it. Doth not their excellency which is in them go away? They die even without wisdom. Okay, so there was a lot here. Sermon upon sermon. Now take note of what Job's friends are saying. A lot of this information is really good. However, how they're speaking to Job, not so much. Things that they're saying can be accurate, but they're taking their context, even though they're saying accurate statements, they're providing a litigation, they're providing something against Job that isn't true. So one thing that he says is in verse 7, remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off? It's starting a thing against Job. It's starting an accusation against Job that maybe you did something, Job, to cause all this devastation. But how he starts out even, pointing out that Job is one of those people that people looked to as someone of wisdom, that had wisdom, that they could go to and trust and have and be encouraged by, go to him and know that they're getting correct information, that they're not going to be misled, that they're going to be uplifted out of their grievance, out of their pains, out of their turmoils, a good friend to count on. I mean, he talks about it and he says, verse 3, behold, thou hast instructed many, and thou hast strengthened the weak hands. Thy words have upholden him that was falling, and thou hast strengthened the feeble knees. But now it is come upon thee, and thou faintest. It toucheth thee, and thou art troubled. Calling him almost like a hypocrite, bringing past to present. Job, according to the Lord, within the first chapter, was an upright man who had faith in the fear of God. Can someone say that about us? Or would somebody say, but now it is come upon thee, and thou faintest. It toucheth thee, and thou art troubled. Are we perceived to be a hypocrite? Think about it. There is a lot to think about in that. And I leave that up to you because I know there's a lot to think. You may want to take a pause. You may want to take a moment, read some scripture, read some passages, do some praying, do some praising, and think about that. Are we a reflection of the Lord, or at times are we hypocrites? Before we go on, though, what kind of thoughts or feelings come to your mind when we read of this? How does it make you feel, and what does it make you think?